But anyway, what's your question, my love?
Yeah, I have a question for you. Okay. Would you rather be the side chick that knows that she's a side chick or the side chick that is clueless?
I like to be in the know. So I would like to be the side chick that knows that she is a side chick.
Same. I want to know too. I just
How do you
Wow.
How do you deal when you don't know?
I don't know. But I mean, it doesn't work.
Have you been in a position where you don't know and you are? I feel like we've all been there.
I feel like I have to, but I can't think of that story right now.
Can't think of a particular situation? All right. So think about it and we get back to it.
All right.
Are you with the shits? Because they are. Straight out of the Bronx. It's Haiti and Lexi. And you are now tuned into Ladies Pitch. Here's your host, Haiti Baby and Lexi, the motherfucking savage.
Why are you laughing at me?
Because you're like, you remember like the raves back in the day?
I don't, but
when you were in high school, you never went to a rave?
No.
Like with like the
I can tell what kind of high school, what kind of high school experience you had. Welcome, guys, to another episode of the Ladies Pitch podcast. This is your favorite mamacita, Haiti baby. Y esta semana, this week, I told you last time, I'm not introducing you anymore. So.
I know.
You're
still doing it.
We've got none other than
Dory, your favorite forgetful fish, as she calls me.
Little forgetful, little fishy fish. What's up, boo?
Not much, just here.
I'm so excited that we get to give the people some visuals to all this beauty, and we're twinning because we have the same like tank top on and shit. You know, different cup sizes, but you know. It's so good.
That's the job.
It fits perfectly into a mouth.
It really does. It's a perfect mouthful.
What's up? How's your week going?
My week is all right. It's been a pretty good week. I can't complain.
It has been a pretty good week for me as well. Anything new going on?
Yes.
So we're gonna.
Okay. So let me tell you guys. I'm gonna tell a story.
Stories with Dory. Yes. Wait. Hold on. I gotta give you the I'm gonna have a sound effect just for you and your stories. Stories with Dory.
All right. So the side chick question. This is where it came from. I met a guy.
Always a guy.
There's always a guy. Yes. There is always a guy. There is always a guy. There's always more than one guy. Anyway. So I met this guy. He was my Uber driver. He drove me home from the bar. I wasn't trying to hit on the Uber driver. I really wasn't. And I don't think that he was either. So I really don't understand how this happened.
We were just having a drunk, friendly conversation with the Uber driver. Yes. I want a 5-star rating. I'm sure she wants a 5-star rating as well. So we try to be as friendly as possible without coming out or without giving off the wrong, you know.
Well, the wrong impression, I guess, was given. And we exchanged numbers. And today is Thursday. Or today's Thursday, right? Yes. It's Thursday. I met him Friday of last week. And
not even a week.
No sex. And he left his wife today. And
can we give a little bit of context as to why him and his wife are currently on the rocks?
Well, I don't know. She sounds like a bitch, but sometimes you guys be lying, so I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes you guys make your wife sound like they're bitchy and they don't do a lot of shit for you.
Like they're the worst.
When in reality, that's just a game so you can get what you want.
Right.
We on to y'all motherfuckers.
Yes, we definitely are. So, you know, being in that type of situation before. All right, so let me clarify that I have been on any and every side of this scenario. I have been the one who knows, the one who doesn't know, the one who gets cheated, the wife who gets cheated on, the girlfriend who gets cheated on, the girlfriend who does the cheating. I've been on every side here, okay?
So have I. So have I. I have been the one that's been cheated on, the one you're cheating with. Yeah, I think I've been in. I've cheated. All different.
Right, like it's
I don't know what's
life. It's beautiful life experience. Just so that we can come on here and tell you guys about our stupid shit.
Yeah, what content? If we were boring, what type of content would we be able to provide to you guys? Like,
that is a fact. Cause
hello, prunes don't have good stories. You know,
prunes.
Yeah. Anyway, I didn't get to it, but guys, remember to like, subscribe, share, review the podcast on all streaming platforms. You can find Ladies Pitch on Instagram at Ladies Pitch and on Twitter, Pitch718. So make sure you guys like and subscribe and share and review and do all that good shit that you guys do. Anyway, back to it. So I was a witness to the meeting of this Uber driver, and I must say, you know, all right, how did the whole conversation start with him? It started because I actually thought he was Spanish. Yes. I think it was, right? Mm-hmm. And he's like, no, I'm so-and-so. We're going to keep him, you know, somewhat protect his privacy here. So he gave, you know, his nationality or whatever. And I was like, oh, shit, you can pass as a Puerto Rican dude, you know? And he was like, no, I'm this and this, that, whatever. And that's kind of how it went. And then, damn, we were kind of intoxicated, but that's from what I remember how the conversation went. There was no like flirtation. There was no flirting. There was like no interest from either one of us. But then when he dropped us off,
she got out of the car.
I got out of the car first.
And we kept talking. Mm-hmm. So I guess, I don't know what happened. We exchanged numbers. We were talking about something that I need done in my house.
There we go. Bingo.
I need like a plumber. I need a plumber.
She needed
my pipes.
She needs somebody to come unclog her pipes.
No, so
that's what happened.
So I told him about this plumbing issue or whatever. We exchanged numbers. He said he knew somebody, whatever. That's how we exchanged numbers. And then I was like, are you married? Like, I don't want your wife to think that I'm trying to hit on you. When I just need you to give me the number to your plumber. Like, that's it. And he was
honest. He said he was married.
Yeah, he said he is married. And then he said, but I think that it's been over for a while, so you're welcome to wreck my marriage.
Oh, okay. I remember that part. Did I? Or you told me? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, anyway, I remember hearing that part.
Yep.
And here we are 6 days later, and his marriage is wrecked. See the power of words? Do you see the power of words, people? He said that simple line 6 days ago. And 6 days later, his marriage is on the rocks. He manifested that shit.
I feel like he really did.
I
feel like he wanted to get caught. He wanted to get caught.
Okay, I told Dory this. I told you this. I said the way he's moving, he's not being smart about it. Like he was just being too clingy, too soon. There were like no boundaries. Dory's the single person in the situation. He's not. So he has to be very careful the way he moves. And I for the most part, like even guys that I know that are married or they're in relationships, they don't move as sloppy as he was moving.
Yeah, he's not the brightest tool in the shed.
No, he's not. He's a fucking a can short of a 6-pack for sure. For sure. But he was cool. But he was moving sloppy, and I was telling Dory like, "Yo, set some boundaries. Like, let him know," because she was already like, "I'm not liking how this is going. The way he's moving." I'm like, "Be careful." But he's a very sloppy cheater, and he taught me. Wait a minute.
Yes,
he taught us something new today.
How supposedly he got caught.
Fellas, disclaimer: y'all ain't gonna like this, but guess what? I don't give a fuck. So this is for my ladies. So if you guys have an iPhone, I'm assuming so if you have the latest update, when you delete a text thread, when your lady, your significant other, goes to filters on the messages, there is a tab that says recently deleted. So even if you deleted the text thread, it will still move into the recent deleted folders. I don't know if any of you guys noticed that you have that folder.
Right.
But
we didn't know about this.
We didn't know about it, but now we know. we know. We on to you. So, according to him, he got caught because he deleted the text thread with Dory,
and he didn't know about the tab.
He didn't know about that tab, and the text thread was right there. Boom, and then she sent my girl a message.
She did.
She had the motherfucking audacity to send my girl a message and say, I'm posting your pussy.
Ho.
Oh. Yeah. I'm posting your pussy, ho.
Right.
The nerve. And then we responded, no, crickets. All of a sudden, bitch ain't got nothing to say.
Exactly. I mean,
but
it is what it is. My face was not protected.
You got to start protecting your face.
Yeah, I know.
Cheating 101. Send nudes. Never show your face.
From the neck up.
And let me tell you something. Because when I had my little thing, I didn't know he was married, though. For a whole 9 months, I was messing with someone. I didn't know he was married. Let me tell you real quick. Let me reiterate, because I might have told the story in full detail in a past episode. I might not have. I'm not too sure. But let me tell you how smart motherfucking women are sometimes when we want to find shit out. So he used to send me nudes, right? Mm-hmm. He used to send me dick pics and videos, but I used to see the entire background of the bathroom. Right. So when I started to something in me told me that he had a girlfriend, and I started to dig and find things on Instagram, I found his brother-in-law's page. And his brother-in-law's page was all about him renovating houses and renovating bathrooms and all of this.
Oh,
so no. What does the brother do? The brother
hosted
the bathroom that he renovated. So when I saw that bathroom, I'm like, that bathroom looks familiar. So when I go back to the videos that homeboy would send me, that was the bathroom. So I'm like,
did he tag them?
No, he didn't.
Oh, okay.
He didn't, but I already knew that there was some type of still some type of relationship there. But still, I was like, they're family. I know he has a kid with her, so maybe, it's still family shit. He's doing his brother-in-law a favor or whatever.
Right, yeah.
No, but long story short, that's how he got caught. Because then that already sparked my curiosity to want to dig more into it. So
it's because you always get that inkling. You get that feeling in your gut that something is just wrong, something is off, something is just not gonna pan
unless
out
you have
here.
IBS, and then that gut that gut feeling might be. No, but continue.
Anyway, shit, I forgot.
You have that gut feeling.
And I feel like more often than not, it's right.
But we tend to ignore it because...
We do, because we feel like I'm being crazy, let me stop. But that bitch knows.
Right, and like I always say, you don't know if it's your insecurities misleading you.
Right.
Or it's your intuition guiding you.
Right. That's very hard to differentiate, I mean, how do you really know? Ever?
Any day now. Any day now. That's gonna be my line every week. Any day now, I'll get it together. Lord, save me. Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like that's just gonna come with experience, with time, with healing. Hopefully, so I don't know, but it'll come any day. So
I mean, we're a lot better now than we were, let's say, when we were 20.
20. If I would have started this pod If I would have started this pod in my 20s,
You know, if
people would have been sending me hotline numbers and sending me shit like, you need help. Go get help now. Like, you are extremely hazardous and toxic.
I was in my 20s. If I would have started like something, it would have been like a blog about like travel and stuff like that, like going places. That would have been it.
A travel blog would have been good for you?
Yeah, because that's all we did at the time. Yeah, my husband had money. So we were always out. Like I used to be able to just, one time I got up and I was like, let's go to Florida. He said, okay, there's a flight at blah, blah, blah. Let's go.
Really?
And we went.
Oh, nice.
We went for the weekend. We used to do a lot of crazy shit too, like drive. I don't know. We drove to Orlando for like Memorial Day weekend. We left like Friday afternoon and came back Monday. And we drove.
Drove where?
We drove to Florida.
Oh, damn. And that's a whole day and a half of driving.
Yes.
That's a whole day and a half of driving.
And we drove there and we stayed or whatever and we drove back.
We used to do that when we lived in Virginia. And Virginia's like an 8-hour drive from New York, but every weekend we would drive. We lived in Virginia, me and my mom.
That's what, like 8
hours?
hours?
Yeah, and it was 8 hours. Okay. Yeah, so every weekend, every Friday after school, drive up to New York, leave Sunday back to Virginia.
Oh my God.
We did it for a while, yeah.
That must have been hard.
Yeah, but my uncle used to come sometimes, and they used to split the drive, like my mom and my uncle and shit like that.
Oh, okay.
So what are you going to do with this situation? I mean,
well,
because right now, he doesn't have a place to live.
Right. So now it's like he's being really pushy but like in a romantic way, but like a gross romantic way.
What?
What?
What's a gross romantic way?
Like the kind of romance that you don't like. It's gross.
Because it's not like organic. It's not like real romance of like two people that, you know.
Like something spontaneous and cute.
Yeah. It's forced.
Yeah, so he's like, oh, I want to cuddle and like, can I come spend the night? And guys, again, I've known him for
6 days. It's been 6 days. 7 nights. 6 days, 7 nights.
It's been 6 days. I don't know really anything about this guy. And like, we haven't even had sex. Like, I just don't understand.
At this point, okay.
Her advice is for me to not do it.
I told Dory that if he's doing all of this and he hasn't gotten the coochie, at this point, don't give it to him. Don't give it to him because he's going to be even more attached. He's going to be even more clingy. And she's not looking for anything serious.
I'm really not.
She's not looking for anything serious. So if you already see how he's moving, how he's behaving, you see his attachment style before you give him sex, the sex is going to push it over the edge and he's going to be even more clingy. And you're going to have to really hurt his feelings. And he's already in a little vulnerable spot because his wife done kicked him out.
Right.
And he's going
through
it.
He's an Aries. And you know how Aries are. They're all talk, but inside they're super mushy.
You can say that for us too. That's my moon sign. Excuse me.
Fuck yeah.
My moon is in Aries. That's why I love so goddamn hard. No, but anyway. See? Love hard. See? Don't be shaking your head at me. But my advice to her is not to do it. Like, sometimes you gotta skip a dick or two. And this one might be the one that you gotta skip because if he was cool and, collected about it and, the shit just didn't work out, he wasn't pushing himself so much on her, then
maybe, but
he trying to do the most right now.
He really is, and I don't do well with that.
Yeah. You gotta ignore her sometimes. That's what she responds to. Toxic.
Just a little bit. Just a little toxic.
All right. So, I was reading some shit. What you think about this? You know, everybody know about Nick Cannon and his 18 babies, right?
Right.
So apparently, he expressed that he regrets not getting Christina Milian pregnant, not having a baby with her, with his ex.
What the fuck? So he's gotten every girlfriend he's ever had after her pregnant?
Well, every girlfriend he's had after Mariah, he's gotten pregnant. And they're not even girlfriends because he's not in a relationship. And he doesn't actually like speak about the status of his relationship with his kid's mother.
Right.
He never says I'm in a relationship with them or what they are. It just seems to be like
all of a sudden you see
an agreement.
A maternity shoot.
Yeah, he's purchased so many damn Louis Vuitton. What's the baby shower shit that men wear? Louis Vuitton? Gucci. The Gucci what? Button downs. Do-rag will know. He probably wore one to crash the baby shower that he crashed back in the day.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I mean, is there an ex that you have that you wish you would have given a baby to? Do you have an ex?
No.
I do. He wasn't an ex though. Like we weren't in a relationship, but I wish I would have had a baby with him. He had hazel eyes. You know how nice my baby's eyes would have been? No. And I got chinky eyes. My baby's eyes would have been popping. Crazy. Now he ended up having a kid though later on, but he was a cool guy. He was a cool guy. He would have been a great father. I wouldn't tell him that unless he watches the pod. He gonna be like, wait a minute, I went out with her. I have hazel eyes. Hold up.
Oh. Yo, my leg is falling asleep. I'm gonna put it behind your butt.
Yeah, me and Dory here are live on her kitchen, not her kitchen, her living room floor.
Yes, we are.
Podding late at night. But yeah, so he regrets not having a baby with Christina Milian. Why do men feel the need, especially celebrity men? Like, why are you such a chatty patty? Like, she's moved on. She has someone. I don't know if she's married, but I know she has someone and she has kids. I
don't think they got married.
Why are men going on social platforms and speaking about their fucking exes?
I know. It's bad. But
same goes for Irv Gotti when he went talking all this shit about Ashanti. Who asked for this information? And why do you feel the need to have to bring up shit that happened? Like, are you a plunger? Are you a plunger? Why are you bringing up old shit? Why are you bringing up old shit? Like,
I don't know. Like the girl from 3LW that said all that stupid shit. Like, what was the reason for her doing all of that?
What did she say?
She said she fucked every single member of B2K.
Oh, B2. Oh, they ran a train on her?
And, yeah. And she was like, because when they asked her which one of them, she said, all of them. And then the guy said together, and she said, no. Well, yeah, that happened one time.
Yo. Again, I feel like there should be a statute of limitations of when you can speak about your exes and your past. Right. I'm one to talk because I get on here and I speak about my exes. But it's still a pretty good, I'm still within the statute of limitations. And this is content I'm providing, so I have every right to speak about my exes, okay? And I'm giving facts, true facts. So, but yeah, you go and you speak to millions of people, and you go on a podcast, a radio show, you do an interview, and you're talking about your ex. I wish I would have had a baby with my ex, or my ex did this, did that. Like, why, as a man, are you giving any type of like details about your relationship with your ex?
Right. Like,
I feel like that's a female trait. I like a quiet dude.
But why would he even like think that though?
Because maybe
all these years later, like what triggered that?
Maybe he feel, I don't know, maybe he's at an age where he's, thinking about his life and the women he's had and the love he might have let slip through his fingers.
Oh, he better stop it, because you already got like 27 baby mamas. Like, listen, I don't know. Just keep that shit to yourself.
I just want my men to just shut the fuck up. Just shut up. Whatever happened. Listen, you want to like pour out your feelings and your emotions? Get a fucking therapist. Like, that's what they get paid to do. Don't go on radio interviews, on podcasts, and try to like publicly bash or talk shit about your ex. Oh, I should have done this. I should have done that. Especially when they've moved on. Especially when they have their own family, their own like partners. Mm-hmm. And then you don't even know what type of like relationship they had. Let's just say, for example, right? You don't know what type of relationship they had. You don't know if that comment or that statement that he made could like open up old wounds for her. Or just in general when you do that. Like when Irv Gotti did it. You don't know what type of old wounds you opened up within Ashanti that she might have had to heal from.
Right.
You know
and here
you
are bringing it up 20 years later for no fucking reason.
Bringing it up years. Because this has been a long time too. Nick was with Christina mad long ago.
Yeah. Early 2000s.
Yeah.
When she like first came on.
Shut the fuck up. That's all I ask of you men. Shut up. Speak to your goddamn therapist about your feelings and let her know how the one you wish you would have knocked up got away. That's it.
Yeah, that's the only person that's going to care.
That's the only person that's going to care because we don't give a fuck.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure the ex doesn't care either.
I don't give a fuck about what babies you bringing in. I don't care about what show you trying to have to pick your next baby mama. I don't care about any of that shit,
Is
Nick.
that a thing? Is that a show?
I don't know, supposedly, but it's going to be a prank
God.
show. But I previously, I said that it was going to be, so I thought it was going to be a show. But he's going to come out with, it's going to be him and Kevin Hart. It's going to be like a newer version, I guess, of Punked.
Oh.
Remember the show Punked?
Yeah.
So it's going to be like that type of shit. So, yeah. So, I saw this story on the Jasmine brand Instagram. Stupid ass woman. She accidentally, she gave a man her phone because he asked her for her phone number. And the man went and cashed apped himself $1,000.
Oh, hell no. Listen. I just want to know. I just want to know.
I don't want to know.
First of all, why?
Yo.
Like, why? Like, that's just, it's one more thing for us to have to fucking worry about with these stupid asses out there.
Yo. This was actually in Miami. So the woman claimed that the man sent himself $1,000 instead of putting his phone number in her phone. So this reminds me, I'm going to bring it back to the story, but this reminds me one time. This is going to tell you that some people they don't have street smarts at all. At all. Like, at all. I had an encounter one time on the bus, right? I'm at the back. I always sit like towards the back of the bus. Even though growing up, my grandmother used to always say, don't sit in the back of the bus. I sit in the back of the bus. I don't give a shit. So I'm sitting in the bus and I noticed, I'm observing this house. So I'm looking, I'm just looking around, whatever. And I'm on my phone, but I'm still looking around. And I see this guy. I noticed this guy, he kept looking at me, right? I'm just like, not trying to really give him eye contact because, the crazies of New York, if you look at them for too long, they're like, what the fuck you looking at? Right. So, but I'm peeping that he's looking at me. Anywho, maybe for like 10, 15 minutes, right? So the bus it's approaching the next stop. And he comes up to me. He was like, oh, let me get your phone. I'm going to put my number in it. And I'm like, I got a man. He's, oh, you got a man? I'm like, yeah. He was like, oh, but let me get your phone. Your man, don't let you have friends. Let me get your phone. Let me put my number in it. And I'm like, no.
But like, why would he ask for your phone?
Right. I put my phone in my pocket. I'm not stupid because I'm like, if you're really trying to talk to me, why you waiting for so long? Because I see you looking at me. Mm-hmm. So why you waiting for so long to come up to me and ask me for my number or whatever, right? Or try to give me your number. So when I said no the second time, he just hopped off the bus and got off. So I started putting two and two together. I'm like, oh, so he was trying to get me to pull my phone out. Yeah. So he could, quote unquote, put his number in my phone, but he was going to really hop off because his stop was coming. Right. So all he was going to do was grab my phone and hop off the bus. And I'm not fucking running after him. Like, y'all see me? I ain't running after him. Like, hell no, the phone is gone. But yeah, he was trying to be on that funny shit and do, kind of like what happened to this woman. That wasn't very bright of her at all. In Miami, you passing your phone off to a guy and
that's somebody you don't know.
Someone you don't know, Come on now. Nah. I'm not doing it.
I feel like, I don't know. I feel like there's really no reason why you should hand over your phone to like take somebody's number.
I miss the good old days when guys had to run in the bodega and get the brown paper bags.
And a pen.
And a pen. Yeah, they would break a piece off the brown paper bag and shit to take your number. Or some dudes memorized it depending on how bad they wanted you.
Damn.
Type shit. Good old days, right?
I know. Good old
Nowadays, they don't, now they don't even ask you for your number. Now they ask you for your Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
That happened to you?
Yep. All the time.
The last time somebody asked me for my number was like 2 years ago at a house gathering that someone took me to, and it was her cousin, and he asked for my number. That's the last time that actually someone asked for my number. Other than that, they asked for the Instagram.
Yeah, it's always.
That's how it is nowadays.
We should make a fake one for that specific reason.
What you mean?
I don't know. You post things for those type of people only. Does that make sense?
No.
For your hoes.
For my hoes? Instagram for the hoes? I'm gonna name it that. My Instagram name is gonna ask strictly for the hoes.
I'm just saying. And then when they ask you, you give them that one, and that way you get to kind of see if it's worth.
That's some real savage shit. And you know what? Okay, you're onto something. You know what type of shit I would post? I would just post shit of like dates of me going out with other guys.
No, all right. So I
What?
do that with
You're strictly for the hoes. So you got to see my whole activities.
So I do that with Snapchat. So I don't really use my Snapchat. I love the Snapchat filters, but I don't ever really like post anything there. So that's what I do. I post like, I have like whatever guys wanted my Snap at the time and whatever. They're all like in this like little group, which is, and I named it Vanessa's private story or whatever, like that new thing that they're doing, because you could do like
I don't know.
friends.
I don't be on Snap, so I don't know.
So Snap has a feature now, kind of like the close friends on Instagram. So that's where they all go.
So you put all the guys in that private, like,
Yeah, only they see that story, that specific story, and then I'll just post
So
like
what type
the
of,
cute.
like-
I'll post the cute pictures that I take or whatever, like what I like.
yo, strictly for the hoes. I kind of like that, but they're not gonna like it. They're not gonna like it because I'm gonna post shit from like if I go on a vacation with one of them. You know how you take that picture when you're going in the water and you just see like the hand
With the hand.
holding back the other the other person? I'm going to post like subliminal shit like that. Like I'm going to post my meal and then my drink and then like another drink in the background where you know someone else is there but you don't see their face. That's going to be my Strictly for the Hoes page.
Lord.
And they're like, what's your
They're
Instagram?
gonna fucking hate you.
At strictly_ for the hoes. And the hoes is going to be the number 3 rather than an E. That's how I'm going to do it. Yeah, I mean, you got to play them at their own game. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
The struggle.
You don't like it, unfollow me.
That's true too.
Yeah. Everyone has choices. You make yours.
You made your bed. Not
You
lying.
made your bed, not lying it. Lying it with me if you want. Do guys even like, I don't know. I feel like guys don't even ask anymore if you have a boyfriend.
They don't.
That's another thing I've noticed too. I'm like, yo, they don't even ask. Like, you got a man? It's like they don't care.
They don't care. I was gonna just say that. They don't care. And that's why they don't ask. Have you ever met well, you know what? Maybe that's not really like the right way to say it, but I was gonna say, have you ever met a guy and just like approached him in a I want you way and not really asked whether they were attached or not?
I have been guilty of not asking if a guy has a girl. I have, but it's not because I don't know. I honestly can't even tell you why I didn't ask. I just didn't. I didn't ask. And that's actually a good I mean, if a guy remembers that, that would be a good thing later on. Like, you never asked.
Yo,
I never told, you never asked. But
I hate when people use that excuse. That makes me so angry.
that's the part of me, though, where I give the benefit of the doubt too much, though. Because I just expect you to just keep it real with me and tell me if you do.
Because you would.
Yeah, because I would. Because I'll keep it a buck.
Right.
But, yeah, I've been guilty of that, though. But guys don't ask. They don't ask. I said this previously on the pod. I feel like guys don't really approach you out in places anymore.
No, they don't.
They don't approach you. They don't ask if you got. If they do talk to you, they don't got a man. Everybody's meeting online.
I hate that.
Everybody's meeting online. The old school way of like meeting people is dead and gone. You still have those people that are, if you get with like an older guy.
Yeah.
But even they're on the whole, they're jumping on the whole online dating website bandwagon shit. So
I know. The real sucky part about it is that they'll be on these sites or whatever, but they have people. So I still ask. I'm like, all right. I ask things like, so what's your situation like? Like,
who do you live with?
Yeah, like what is your situation like? Like, are you, married, separated, divorced? Like, what is it? Because I want to know. Like, tell me what it is, because I don't want to be blindsided. And like, I want to know, like, if somebody's going to come up to me and slap me and let it be fucking worth it. Like, I want to know, like, all right, I'm getting slapped because I'm being a hoe. Like, okay.
I think we need a male perspective on this, because I have some questions and I just need to know, I need some answers. So we're going to get somebody on the line and hopefully we're going to get some answers. Let's see. Drum roll. Who could this person be? Why does it sound like a cat purring? Is this person gonna pick up or not? Don't tell me he's not gonna pick up the phone. How rude.
All right, Stephanie.
He don't know who I am. You don't pick up, I'll call again. Oh. I'll give him a few minutes, I'll call him again. But yeah, what was I saying? I don't ask. I've in the past I haven't asked, and they won't tell. And it's been a situation where they either have someone, or they don't. Or they don't. But like
I just realized, I'm sorry, but I just realized you asked me, have I been in the type of situation where I don't know? Mm-hmm. Hello. I'm like so dense that I didn't think about it, because that's where I'm at right now, bitch.
Story time.
Stories. Just remember.
With Dory. You have the floor, my dear.
So yes, I have been on the other side of
not knowing. Tell me more, please. Tell the listeners more. You don't have to get in full detail, but you can give like a synopsis of.
All right. Girl meets guy online on a dating app. They meet, they hang out. A year passes. She falls in love. She just couldn't understand why, no matter what she did, what she said, what she gave, it just was never reciprocated. So, couple more months past a year, and she finds out that he has a girlfriend.
Boo. Yeah.
Yep. So that's why it was never reciprocated, because it was what it was. But my thing is, I didn't even care. Like, I want to know, because I want to know. Like, I want to know where I'm at. Like, I want to know where my boundary is going to be. Like, how much I can give and how much I can, keep to myself. But those type of situations are the type of situations that make you that make you guarded and make you want to like, nah, I'm good, to everybody else?
I would say that, and this is something that I've told you even throughout the situation, there are always signs. There are always signs that we fail to pay attention to, that we fail to actually
we talk ourselves out of it.
Yeah, we talk ourselves out of it because we fall into the whole liking and lust of the situation and the person. And we're like, we try to come up with all these excuses as to why this person is the way that they are. When in reality, men say it all the time. A bunch of men have podcasts nowadays. They say it themselves. They are simple. They either do want to do it or they don't want to do it. So if they don't want to do it, it's because they don't want to do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's no if and or buts. Men they don't operate that way. I mean, I'm not a man, but for the most part, like through my experiences and just through conversation, this whole podcast game, I've come to just understand that just I can't and you can, and us women, we can't try to like come up with these answers for men. If they don't want to, if you want something out of this person and this person is not giving you what you want, if this person is not on the same page as you, it's simple. You got to cut your losses and just move on. You can't say this person's been through this and that. This person is emotionally unavailable. I could love this person so hard that he'll become emotionally available for me. Like, no, it just doesn't work that way. Mm-mm. It doesn't work. They don't operate that way. The more you try to love them, the more they're going to fall back. And we put ourselves in that fucking position, yo, sometimes. And I could say that. I've been victim to that. You've been a victim to that. Plenty of women have become victim to that. Like, we can't. We have to take shit for what it is, take it for what it is, and just move accordingly. If we feel we can handle what they're giving us, then we do it and keep our emotions out of it. But if not, then we have to move on. Let that person be. Like, let that be somebody else's headache.
I know.
Honestly.
But we even talk ourselves out of that.
We talk ourselves out of that. Absolutely. Because you know what it is? It's our own fucking delusion. It's our own delusion. Like, we create the shit in our head and we actually think that's reality. We paint that reality and it's not. It's a fucking delusion. None of that shit is gonna ever happen.
It's a mirage.
It's a mirage.
It's not there.
It's like you're being a thirst bucket in the desert. Like, that water, it's really not there. No, you're going to die of thirst in this desert. So stop it. You know what I mean? So, you know, a lot of that we create. We create it in our heads and we create those issues and that heartbreak, unfortunately. And that's real shit. And a lot of women don't want to take accountability with that shit.
Yeah, a lot of women don't.
We don't.
Women are great at playing victim.
Absolutely. We want to point the finger at the man and be like, oh, it's his fault. Oh, you know, he led me to this. No, you led yourself to that.
Yeah.
You led yourself to that shit. And that shit is heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking because you got to face your shit. And that's hard. It's hard.
And that's why people choose not to do it.
Yeah.
Because it's too hard. I'm not like that. I you know, there's a saying in Spanish, cuentas claras. And I just feel like it matters, you know. It basically means, you know, like if all your things are in order, then there will be no confusion, no problems. And that's kind of like how I operate.
Yeah, you are for the most part. I was actually very surprised when you fell into the situation.
Yeah.
I was very surprised because I'm like, who are you? Like, she's not even a jealous person. She's not even a jealous person, honestly. She's not. Mm-mm. Me and her are very much alike when it comes to, not the jealousy because I'm a bit of a jealous person. But as far as like, we're very open-minded. We're free spirit. You know, she's like that. We're both the same when it comes to that. But I was shocked. I was totally shocked when she fell into that situation. I was like, you what? Where? No fucking way. You're not like that. Like, you don't get jealous. You don't chase.
I was jealous. I was irrational. And every time that I called her and I'd be like, oh, you know, like being a crybaby or whatever. She's like, what the hell? She used to just be like,
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, who is this person? Who is this person right now?
it's me. I am the problem. It's me. That's become my like freaking story of my life song.
I just want better for my ladies. I want my ladies to pick better men.
I don't even think that that's a thing, though.
Yes. Listen, we all have a pattern of men that we're used to, that we like to date. How many women, for example, let's just say for ourselves, we find a man that is all about us, that shows us all this thing. What's the first thing we say?
Oh,
He's too available. Oh, he's too nice.
he's too nice.
Or he's too this. But the minute we get a dude that's emotionally unavailable, all of a sudden, all his red flags are green flags. Everything says go. He's telling you stop, and you're running all these fucking stop signs. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can understand why sometimes men feel like there's no pleasing us. Unfortunately, and I don't care if I sound like a pick-me, fuck all of y'all. Like, it's the truth. It's the truth. I'm 38 years old, and I've made the mistakes in dating and relationships. I'm sure you have. My homegirls have. I love them to death, but we all do the same bullshit. We run into these guys that actually do like us, actually want to show us something different, and we do the bullshit, the toxic bullshit.
We find that one reason why you don't like him.
Right.
There's just one thing that you just cannot let go. It bothers you so much you just can't even like move forward.
Yep.
That's bullshit.
Yep.
It's fucking bullshit.
Yep.
I have one of those right now too.
I'm like, yep. But actually, in my last relationship, he was a nice guy. He was a nice guy, and I gave him that chance. I put him through the fucking ringer. I really did. I put him through the ringer, but we got together and we spent 5 years together. It was a good relationship. He wasn't a bad dude. We weren't compatible at some point. We weren't compatible, and I think that
I feel like people also grow apart. Like you grow up and you start liking different things, so it's like what you need and what you want and like the vision that you have for your life is not what it was when you started the relationship. And I feel like that's okay. And a lot of people just feel like that's a bad thing. And they have this maybe guilt over it. So they just like, they stay complacent because it's easier. Or if they do separate, they separate and they give a bogus excuse about why they're really separating when the whole thing could be so simple and civil. It doesn't have to be bad. I feel like breakups don't have to be bad. We make them bad because of like certain behaviors and because we won't admit certain things. But I am very much I try to be a peaceful person, except when I get a little crazy. But for the most part,
occasionally,
I like to, if shit is going to go left, like I want it to happen with the least amount of drama possible. Because it's just, why waste so much energy? Like it just doesn't even make sense. But every once in a while, I do get a little crazy and I want to go and like bash some windows in or something. But, normal stuff.
The Ladies Pitch podcast does not condone the destruction of personal property of other individuals. Disclaimer.
Okay. Don't do it.
Just don't do it. Don't.
Find a friend that's willing to do it for you.
Yes. Find a friend that know a few people, hit my DMs.
Right.
Find your local crackhead, give him $5, and he'll definitely bash a few windows for you.
Facts.
Just saying. Don't tell him Haiti Baby sent you though. But yeah, breakups are hard. Breakups are hella hard. I think, and this is a discussion we were actually having beforehand, before the recording, just about closure. Mm-hmm. And how sometimes you just don't get your closure, and everybody feels that they are entitled to closure after a breakup.
I wouldn't say everybody.
Most people. Whoever is
more emotionally invested.
Whoever's more emotionally invested, right? Mm-hmm. Whoever's more heartbroken feels that they are entitled to closure at the end of the relationship. In reality, most times you don't get that.
Yep. Sometimes you have to give it to yourself. You have to find a way. So I was saying, well, this is 36-year-old me that would do this. 21-year-old me would not do this. But 36-year-old me would.
Growth.
Right. I would write everything out, but I like to write. That's the difference. I would just write everything out. All my feelings, all my thoughts, the good ones, the bad ones, the violent ones, like all of all of them. Just write all that shit down. And you know how like you see in movies, like when girls are single on Valentine's Day and they want to go and burn old boyfriend shit? Mm-hmm. Do that. Burn the shit. Burn the words. Burn the feelings. Burn the anger. Burn everything. Let that fucking person go.
Just don't burn the house down.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't be stupid.
Don't put a Lisa Left Eye
Be
Lopez.
smart, not stupid.
Right. We're not condoning arson.
Not at all.
This podcast. No. We mean burn, write it down and burn,
Burn those words and you let them go. They turn to ash and then they don't matter anymore. And that's it. You took the trash out. Now focus on you.
I like that piece of advice. Dory's thoughts? Mm-hmm. Dory's final thought?
Yeah.
I feel we're going to, when you're on the pod, we're going to have that continuous segment at the end. Dory's final thoughts.
All right, cool.
And just zoom into you like.
Dun, dun, dun. Not let me stop.
But that is a good piece of advice. Writing has always been a thing for me. It's always been an outlet, should I say, with dealing with my emotions for all of my life, actually. So I would write down every feeling, every like milestone, every angry emotion, every sad emotion, every happy, like everything. I would write literally every day faithfully growing up, everything. And just, that was my outlet. I didn't have people that I trusted to speak to about my feelings, about the things that were going on. I didn't have that relationship.
It's also a different era, because like in the era where we grew up, feelings were never validated. If you think about it, children's feelings.
Yeah.
It was always, oh, you're just a kid. You don't know anything about life. It doesn't matter. Like, just go over there. And your feelings were always dismissed. Well, at least for me, that's how it was. Like, my feelings were always dismissed. As well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, as a kid, it was just, Dominican parents are harsh, bro. Like, they are so harsh. They will call you, what was that word? They will call you un pedazo de mierda just because you don't know the answer to a question.
That translation, piece of shit.
Yeah, basically. Mm-hmm. Or they tell you that you're good for nothing and you're useless because you can't translate a letter that is for like, it's, from the fucking government. So it's college level and you're in 6th grade.
Bro. I never had to do that because, of course, my mom, her first language is English, so she understood. But I know people that had to be like their parents' translators, and that's
right
tough.
Here, right
and
here.
You're a kid.
Yeah, and they just like expect you, and they're like, okay, so you go to school, you learn English. Now you know English. Let's say you're 7, 8 years old, and you just learned English as a second language. They think that. What grade I said? I said 8 years old.
Yeah,
8 years old or whatever.
Before, yeah.
They're not gonna talk to you about taxes in 4th, 6th grade, whatever. They're not going to talk to you about taxes. They're not going to talk to you about rental agreements. They're not going to teach you what the terms and conditions are and why it's so fucking long. We don't know that shit. So how do you expect for us to like really fucking realistically translate this shit? Yo, my aunt, the one that you met,
yeah,
she had me write her a letter for she was doing like her lease renewal. I was 8 8. And she kept telling me, like what to write or whatever. So when she got to the part that it was supposed to say like the lease, she was saying it, but like in Spanish. So it's like, I'm like, how do you spell that? Like, what the fuck is a lease?
Let me tell you something. Working in the field that I work in, it grinds my gears when your people, I'm saying your people, Dominicans, they get upset because I'm not speaking to them. When I first greet them, I'm not speaking to them in their language. Or when they have to speak to my coworker that is not Spanish speaking, they get upset and get an attitude. Like, ma'am, you are living in a country where English is the first language.
Right.
And if you ask most of them, they've been here 20 plus years.
Yes.
Why don't you know the language?
Right.
Listen,
like, how can you not even get your point across?
My stepdad came to this country at the age of 22, 23. I remember growing up and watching my stepdad study on his own English. He didn't go and take English classes. No, he wanted us to speak to him in English so he can, have the conversation and he could pick up on it. And he would like take time out of the day, and he had like a whole set of like teaching you English and something, a tape recorder.
Like books and stuff?
Yeah, books.
Okay.
And he was teaching himself English, yo.
Did he do Inglés sin barreras?
No, it was called something else. It was called something Inglés sin barreras.
If you know about Inglés sin barrera, then you know.
English without barriers. That's translation what it means. But that was the set that, it was
a set of
English.
like VHS tapes or whatever. And it was like a white person trying to teach you English. Mm-hmm. And translate their Spanish, and oh my God.
Now, 2023, my man speaks perfect English, and he passed his citizenship test and everything. Like,
that's cool.
Yeah, but that's why I say, like, there's no excuse for it. They offer classes everywhere.
For free.
For free.
With other people just like you, so that you don't have to feel embarrassed.
Yeah. But
you just got to let your pride go and do it. And I know that all you old people are not going to watch this, but tell your friends to tell your friends to tell their parents.
But we do have international listeners, and trust me, I do appreciate the streaming of the podcast. But if you are thinking about visiting the United States or moving here, you might want to learn the language, because
at least a little bit, just enough that you can, not get lost or mugged, in the streets of New York.
Facts.
Just enough. Like, you need just enough. Not a lot,
Just a little bit, in the words of 50 Cent. But yeah, man. So we going to wrap it up, Dory?
Yeah.
Any other final thoughts that you might have?
If you're going to cheat correctly. If you don't know how to cheat, don't fucking do it. Don't get yourself in trouble. Don't get the other person in trouble over sex that's probably not even going to be good.
And don't leave your wife. And don't leave your husband.
Right.
Cheat respectfully.
Right.
There we go.
Don't fall in love with the side person. You set that boundary for yourself, honey.
Don't do it. Yeah, set boundaries, of course. Cheat respectfully. But for my ladies, as I always tell you each and every week, you deserve to be happy. And fuck disrespectfully. So with that being said, we'll close it off like this. This is your favorite mommy, Haiti baby. Hasta la próxima, señora.
Dory.
Your favorite forgetful fish. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, review the podcast. All streaming platforms, Ladies Pitch, or you already know, on Instagram at Ladies Pitch, and on Twitter, Pitch718. We'll see you guys next week. Yeah,
probably.
We'll see you guys next week. Peace.